Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. The first map, made in Brazil versus W7M Academy, is upon us. I'm Pineapple Phillips, joined by Boggs, and we have a no-nonsense, aggressive pistol round from W7M Academy up middle. Fokiu throwing a bit of a fake towards Banana, will get taken down immediately, but in the meanwhile, his team has stormed through the arches. Turtle holding it down 1 and 2. ZD does find the trade, but the player in pit still kicking. This is Insani. He only has 2 standing against him. He will finally fall. Jay-Z coming through the apartments looking for something. The plan attempted, no. Goes into the site instead. There's a player towards the arch though. Surely he doesn't get it down. Surely not. He's taken down. Jay-Z won, last alive, not for long. Henny takes him down as well. It was a fast and chaotic one, but one that was easily handled by Made in Brazil with no bomb plant allowed as well.
That's a good start for MIBR on the CT side here of Inferno. They did pick the more conventional route on their side choice here. Not exactly what we were hoping for, the crazy curveball, but the win is exactly what they were looking for. No bomb plant, decently clean, not too shabby of a start for Made in Brazil. Tech 9 now for Fokiu. That's the only purchase up for W7M Academy. And he's going to roast alive. Force forward. BRN gets caught out. Swapping from utility. Can't get his gun out in time. That'll be a nice extra kill for Fokiu to grab in this round. And Exit actually vulnerable as well. Swaps to the dualies. Grabs another. Insani will come through, grab the M4 and salvage things, but 2 casualties, not exactly ideal for Made in Brazil in round 2. Here comes the full buy from W7M Academy as well. Those double MP9s, Tech 9 for Insani's got to have more than a Tech 9, right? Okay, there we go.
Yeah, surely. I will say out the gates, Made in Brazil playing more aggressive and more confident than they normally do. Normally you see at least a pair of, or more than a pair of rifles, I should say, on the second round from a team like Made in Brazil. But no, they had a majority of SMGs in that one, eager to build up the cash. Might be potential for a force. Fokiu starts things off right for his team in the first rifle round. They do have the advantage against the SMGs, but Made in Brazil still dishing the damage. Fokiu and JZ1 down to below half HP. In fact, Fokiu's quite low at 26. Honestly, that duel might even be considered favorable despite the fact that he didn't take one down and lost one in return.
There's a lot of damage that could very easily be mopped up by those MP9s, but W7M have to be careful too. They have a bit of an advantage with that man up. They have to not stall out completely and take a site with too little time. MIBR are good at finding kills in bunches. We've already seen that already. This is a bit concerning to see them just stall out in mid. It's almost like they're playing mid Mirage, Nate, where teams will just hang out in mid, have a picnic, and then they realize, oh crap, it's 30 seconds left. We got to rush a site. It's exactly what 7WM are doing, or W7M are doing right now. And yes, they are making the right choice towards B. Exit only as a flash, but if Fokiu gets caught lurking, there's going to be a refrag here. There's going to be a rotation, and Exit will have help pretty quickly. If he gets 2 even, it's still a favorable outcome for MIBR.
Set up well for a good beat. Finds the first one to JZ1. Second player holding towards the arches is found. Now that they know for sure it's a B play. 3 players will enter the site, sure, but they don't have a lot of stall utility. 1 Molotov, 1 flash, 1 smoke. And they're against 4. Good flash in for Exit. He finds 1. Good assist from Insani. Zed finds the trade, excuse me. But still, not a favorable situation. 2 versus 3, and no stall utility left. Just a flash for the P side. Flash from Insani to entry, and doesn't see anybody playing passive instead. And for good measure. Watch the player, doesn't get the kill. Even putting in time away. He finds the second as well with the Galil. The round will be recovered by Made in Brazil. Defuse coming. There we go. A third on the board. W7M. They looked lost at the start. They got the bomb plant at the very least, but again, worrying signs in the early goings.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good recovery for W7M. Zed really doing well on that to get those extra kills and that damage, but Henny just cleaning things up, saves the day. Exit does a really good job to get that first kill back away and just kind of buy a little more time. Flashbangs from his teammates to get that second kill. That was essentially the bonus round for MIBR. And they got 1 player with a good amount of money still. 2 who are, I would say, in the orange, not in the red, but on the verge of being able to go for a full buy. Exit and Henny doing all right. Henny with a big green gun in round number 4 is probably more than all right in his own mind, despite having $0 left in his bank account. But it's also, I think, MIBR have to limit their casualties because they've been losing too many players too early in these rounds, too many players going down in victories. It's not going to do well for you on the CT side of things. Exit going 1 for 1. Henny trading it back. And this should spell the end of the round for W7M unless something can happen out towards Arches and Bracket, and BRN will shut that down. All up to stormzyn, who's probably a little sad right now without any teammates, and not much he can really hope to do in this round. It's just a matter of who he dies to at this point. Maybe you get one on a Henny. Not even that. Too fast on the draw. 4-0 start up for MIBR.
A start that could be asked for. Clean one as well, as you mentioned. Very important. That off is still present. Henny, chance to take over the server on the CT side. W7M Academy. I was worried about their buy because we saw a hero rifle in the round prior, but no real issues here. Good utility across the board, barring Zed. There are AKs across the board as well. No ops being trifled with or really could be afforded. Made in Brazil, what is the next call? If you can get another clean round, it would really build that CT economy into a good way. This time around, nothing crazy aggressive from Made in Brazil. Double arch setup, a good change of pace, a good different CT setup. I always love seeing a variety of CT plays. It really keeps the T side guessing. But it's just stock standard other than that. 3A, 2B. Passive towards B, just challenging with utility indirectly so. Now a flash for Brunson to entry in. No one spotted. He again has regained control of the top banana area.
Damage taken, fokiu down to 29 HP, probably a combination of spams and flames and nades doing the bulk of that. Not a good start for W7M, who have also burned through a considerable amount of the utility that came into this round with 2 players with none at all left. Make that 3 as JZ has also expended his belt. 3 players still to hold on A from MIBR as well, and Sonny taking a little more reserve position back behind the spigot. That's a good late Molotov to buy time towards lane. And then Sonny now getting ready. Here's the sound. That smoke way too late. I'm not sure what that run was, but Sonny will say thank you for the free kill. Turtle out, crossing in the open, destroyed by Zed. Or Zed. Was known as ZDR on the HLTV page, but Zed has apparently been the name change selected by the player. stormzyn down very low. Henny still playing up the lane, but site control and bomb plant achieved for W7M. That's a good start here. 4-on-4 hold towards A is very hard to dismantle. Flashbang going in. That op is going to be a pretty much negligent factor in this retake. BRN shut down, and Sonny bringing it back in. stormzyn not going to be able to get anything yet. Nade will flush somebody out. Henny, what a pixel angle shot on a JZ. Looking for the next. stormzyn and Zed finding the frags, and the Hen has to try and escape, which he will not be allowed to. Early round victory back on the board for W7M Academy. Op picked up as well for T-side use on Inferno. They break open that goose egg and keep themselves in this one without it going crazy down the drain.
Yes, they do. They also grab that op for stormzyn as well. T-side op is an interesting call. It has come, as I've said, time and time again, more into vogue as of late for Inferno. We'll have to see what he can do with the big green on the attacking side. Made in Brazil's buy is scrappy. We talked about them having to build up a CT side economy. They really didn't get the chance to do so. And now it's going to be 2 MB9s, a 5.7, no kit, an op, and an M4. There is decent enough utility, but things are not boding well in the firepower department. fokiu, good nade combined with Zed to find the opening onto exit. He was towards banana. Yes, he was stuck behind the sandbags. Good adjustment from W7M Academy to find some openings. So what is the play in response? Rotate one over towards B, boost up a player towards CT side of things, towards Flower Pot. W7M, they have picked up the pace, and they're actually going towards A relatively early. We smoke towards the arch. 2 in the apartments, 2 towards middle. There are only 2 defenders here. One has the op, it could be overran. The other only has an MP9, a death by 1,000 cuts weapon. So this could be a very quick take from W7M Academy if they play their cards right.
They should go for a quick take. They should play their cards right. Smoke going down, flashes coming out. Zed starting to make the noise. Henny on the side, blinded, misses, but Turtles found a pair from up on Coldzera boxes. Goes for more, but he cannot find the third. Henny will get felled by stormzyn, and that should be the round again in the favor of W7M Academy already. Burnson and Insani backing away. The B players wanting nothing to do with this retake. And yes, it was fast, it was furious, it was explosive. But it very nearly got deadly. If Henny hits one of those first shots, 2v2 is definitely green light on the retake for MIBR. And the fact that Turtle was almost able to get 3 from the top of the box, the fact he even got 2, is more damage than should be gained from that kind of a position. W7M Academy, a bit lucky to grab this second round of the board, but luck is a skill. You have to be able to capitalize on the opportunities given to you, and they do just that.
They do just that. To keep 3 weapons as well, 2 being AKs, 1 being an op, which is important. Yep, not too much to say in this round, but they are making the correct reads. They didn't just waffle around in middle until 40 seconds that time. They picked it up, they went towards A at about 1:10 left in the round, and they wisely went for a pop play. They did not go for some elaborate take. Go for a pop play, knowing there's 2 on the site, and then go from there. Very well done from W7M Academy to secure 2 rounds in a row. And that forces MIBR onto a save round situation. Turtle's just sitting in spawn, deciding which direction to go. It looks like A will be his decision. We have an MP9 and an M4, those 2 saved weapons. And maybe that's an MP9. The M4 is dropped towards car. It's not recovered either by Exit or Henny. So I feel like the only glimmer of hope has already been dashed. Exit will grab it, albeit at a hefty cost to his HP at 3% now. There's no way he gets out with 1, right? Surely not. Yeah, slip the gap. Do they clear car? They've been spamming it. They might think it's empty, and that gives them an opportunity. No, fokiu's watching for it. A big one to find. And that should be the round done and dusted. MP9 for Burnson. Nothing much that can do. Did find some short tucked in a corner, but on the retake towards B, not a chance.
Yeah, no chance at all here for MIBR. They're just getting removed one after another. Turtle has wormed his way into T-spawn. I think he's going to go listen to the radio because there's not much he can really affect in this round. W7M are about to draw within 1. If Turtle does grab a kill, that would be a nice little bonus. Don't think he'll escape the AK for long. Okay, if... Whew, that's a risky peek by the op to take and very nearly costs it, but overall... W7M are able to get out with only 1 loss. Not too bad, all things concerned. MIBR back on a bye. I think something MIBR need to change is what they're doing at B on towards Banana and Car. That aggression, it's worked a little bit, but it's also cost them a lot of opening fights. It's cost them a lot of man advantages. Maybe use the op, get aggressive. Don't stick a player in towards sandbags every single time. The op does seem to be going aggressive. Oh, boosted up on top. This is a nice adjustment, a very good call. And it might just get the opener it needs. Yes, it does. Henny plucks Zed from the server. And that's exactly what that boost needs to do. They will leave Burnson out and around towards sandbags. We'll see how long that lasts. But already Exit has left B. That third man back to the A site. A pensive angle in towards Arch. But a very good rotation, a very good adjustment from Made in Brazil on the CT side.
This is a very big adjustment. The triple stack towards Banana early on, expected by W7M, or quickly adjusted for, I should say, as they quickly rotate over towards A. But Made in Brazil have a very interesting setup over towards A as well. It's a double stack towards the top balcony. A player playing anti-flash, that's Insani. Turtle taking actual contact, proper dancing around. And if he falls to these truck side guys, and his teammate can more than make up for it with a surprise factor on this balcony. Turtle feeling the pressure now. The Arch player will still hold his ground, though. He won't press any further. It is going to be an A play. stormzyn will flash in. They're looking towards the site. The balcony player, Turtle, finds 1. His teammate falls. stormzyn finds the bow. Insani, he doesn't turn around as his teammate falls. He just caught looking at the ground. And that is the round, potentially. 3 versus 3. Retake towards A does not really seem possible. As you can tell, Made in Brazil are kind of waffling between 2 options. It looks like they are going to call the save. That was a tremendous oversight. Insani was caught looking at the ground, not quick enough to pick up the turn and the kill. That should have been a free one by virtue of the surprise factor, and instead it's a free fourth for W7M Academy.
It's timeout time. It's got to be. This is what we talked about in the pre-show. You let an underdog get into the game, stick around, get momentum and confidence. You will find yourself vulnerable. It's still very early, yes, and that actually does help MIBR by keeping W7M Academy's economy a little more honest. But the fact of the matter is, 4 rounds straight T-side Inferno, MIBR getting caught in unfortuitous situations. They need to make changes. They need to fix something. They need to wake up. Because sooner or later, they could find themselves down 9-6 first half of Inferno.
Can we pause? We got it, because I heard that. You hear
this has to be.
Right? You hear
this has to be medicked.
Surely.
Is there an issue on somebody? Because this looks like a technical pause.
I heard a lot of typing. A lot of typing.
There was a lot of typing.
So I'm not sure exactly what the issue is, but it is clearly going to be match medic. I don't know if it should have been a sack pause, as we mentioned. Definitely felt like it's tack pause time. In fact, you can tell, I think Insani and Turtle didn't buy, expecting a tack pause to talk things out. Yeah.
Or they might be having some sort of issues to fix, technologically speaking.
That was a different tick sound, though, so I think there's an admin here. Going purely off the audio.
This is definitely not a live round. This cannot be a live round.
Nope, it's a blank.
It will not be a live round.
We'll redo round number 9. And hopefully succinctly as well. I want to add, they've had a very good variety in CT setups. That's the main thing I've loved to see from them thus far in this one. That boost up banana to get the opening pick with the op for Henny was a big one that sticks out as just one example. The mid-round retakes towards banana as well. I want to say Mid-Brazil, they haven't felt too pressured. They've just been using their utility on time alone. How much time is left? This is just when you should throw it on tempo. They've not looked pressured or worried on this defending side. W7M Academy, though, as you mentioned, exploiting some weak points and also making the correct reads. That is what's keeping them in this one. Had some very solid entries. In fact, 3/5 of this W7M Academy roster are doing the heavy lifting. Zed, Fokiu, and stormzyn. We've seen some good utility from JZ1 and stormzyn as well. But in Brazil, it's just those little oversights that are doing them in.
Little oversights make big differences in games, though. That's the thing. It might be one little oversight here, one little oversight there, but sooner or later they add up. They catch up to you. And when they do, it turns into 4 rounds straight for the opposition, and your CT economy is in a bit of an odd spot. But here we are, back into round number 9. That last little bit of a rigmarole, not going to count. Back in here. The op for both sides. Henny's has had more impact than stormzyn. I don't know if stormzyn's actually... Oh, he did get that one. He got the exit onto Turtle, I believe it was.
Yes, it was down towards T-Ram.
Yep. That was the one op kill he's had so far.
Prevented the rifle from being hit. I also want to say, talking about the skins, we talked about, I think it was Big U Zera had the gold case hardened set. We have another one in the server as well.
I did see that. I wonder if it's the same one that just floats around.
It could be. You know, a lot of loner skins around in the scene. Henny, again with the opening towards banana. This time, no boost required. He's just on the corner posted. He'll fall away. Burns in, though. Again, a risky angle. Top of the sandbags. He got naded to death here not too long ago. The op, though, is supporting more hands-on. Double tag, triple tag through the walls for Henny. 1, 2, and 3 doesn't see. And that is the advantage now further secured. It's stormzyn who has the gold AK as well. I just want to highlight that. stormzyn now will try to find a way in. Trying to spam the result, but does not have the same luck as Henny in round number 9. So Burnson will continue to just hop around looking for information. We've seen 1-man advantages for Made in Brazil fall away. We've not seen a 2-man advantage fall away. It should be a Made in Brazil round through and through. They have made the right call to fall off of top banana at the perfect time as well. This has the makings of a perfect setup for this defense.
Henny with that first contact. Never mind, it's going to be Burnson up on top. A new box. There's Henny strikes on stormzyn. Will try and save the op. I thought he might have been contemplating tossing that out of the map, but definitely save is the better course of action if he will be allowed to. Down bottom banana, utility can reign over. He'll retreat through that smoke towards T-spawn now. Turtle just holding for a push, which will actually facilitate the full save for stormzyn, but more importantly than that op being saved for the T side, whose economy has actually been thinned out quite considerably. Nate, look how many players survived for MIBR after that pause.
5.
All 5. All 5.
That's huge for a CT economy. Massive. Everybody now has enough to buy. Not in the following, because stormzyn needs to buy full utility, etc. $3,000 spent on some extra doodads, but still, for the most part, looks good for Brazil. That's the second win they need. Another convincing round like that, and they'll have an indomitable CT economy on their hands. W7M Academy, they had a very bounteous economy as well. It's kind of been pruned. That might even do the actual situation justice, because they are lacking a bit on utility. They have a Galil on JZ1. It is less than ideal. If they lose this round and they don't get the bomb plant either, they might be back to a save/pistol round Kevlar buy.
Yeah, that would not be ideal. Far from ideal. Turtle rotating from big to mini pit. Lots of footsteps now up the lane. Molly down, and Insani 1. Turtle waiting for the drop as Insani adds a second bomb down. Turtle head on a swivel. He gets caught looking the wrong way. It was more like he just had his thumbstick tipped all the way to the right. He was spinning around in a circle. Couldn't make up his mind where to set a look on, and he got caught. 3v3 retake as the bomb just goes down. I think MIBR will spur forward for this one. Nade will go to a decent amount onto JZ and stormzyn. All 3 W7M players stuck on the site itself. Very grouped up, almost like sardines in a can. This is a bit rough here.
I agree. You had a lot of rounds like this post plants for W7M Academy, where the majority of players on the site. This round they'll actually be tested. For the most part, it's been save already called. stormzyn peeking in, does some damage. There's the peek. First secured. JZ1 a second though. Yeah, time is a factor, a significant one at that. Exit might not even get away. stormzyn gets the no scope with the up. He won't survive. Neither will JZ1. Henny barely survives as well with only 33 HP remaining. Only one player remains in the server, and it's a CT player. Made in Brazil. They lose the round, but again, they're keeping the economic damage up.
But economic damage only gets you so far. You need rounds of the board, and MIBR is still level 5-5. It's not good enough. It's not good enough at all by any means for Made in Brazil. Mac 10 double Galils. What a terrible buy for winning the round on the T side. That just goes to show how much damage W7M have been receiving en route to these victories. MIBR more than fine. BRN blinded, but not denied. A kill onto JZ was entering. Interesting, as fokiu is usually that man in first and foremost. 27.4% of entries on the W7M side taken by the very same man. There's a trade back though. BRN makes sound, and fokiu takes advantage. stormzyn down very low though at 18 HP. But a rotation back to the A site from these T players. The op out towards Arch and Henny. Porch for Turtle. Dude, what's their stall utility? There is none. No smoke, no mollies, just a pair of flashbangs and a nade. Opportunity there and available for W7M Academy, but it's wiped away as the extra rotation of Insani has made its way through.
It's a big and timely rotation. Made in Brazil finally making the proactive calls. Henny on the site. We have seen him play here before. He got blinded by a flash coming in through the apartments. Not going to be the case here, though. It's going to be a straight pop with no utility, and that is to their chagrin. Henny finds one good trade from stormzyn. He's on low HP, though. He will not get to cross with the bomb. In fact, he'll leave it on the balcony. That's an oversight. Insani, in the meanwhile, drops fokiu. stormzyn does find one, but a combined total of 20 HP for these remaining two, and the bomb is still on the balcony. It is still up above, right in Insani's clutches. That makes things all the more dire for these two players. stormzyn does avoid the ire of Insani just barely. Insani will hop away. Exit, that was a very solid position in towards the cubby of Arch. Bomb plant will get down. 8 seconds left. Barely time to get that one to dirt. Now it's his time to activate. He's spotted. Any surprise factor taken down, but angle is just too strong for him. stormzyn taken down. stormzyn down the pit. Has two to find, and welp, he's expected. Insani lurking up the truck side, up the porch, finds the kill onto the player pit. And Made in Brazil do finally get across the line. They do ascertain the advantage 6-5. But again, these rounds have been trying. These rounds have been difficult for both teams.
Either team really able to stabilize things. I mean, we had the 4-round streaks from both, but since then, it's been back and forth, 1 round here, 1 round there, isolated and alone, which isn't something sustainable for either side. Although we do see the T side taking the brunt of the economic damage now. P250 Glocks on the board for W7M. This should be a second in a row for MIBR. The main thing to do now is minimize casualties, although exit was all the way down the mailbox. That's disgusting. Turtle's got to be fuming about that, right? Like,
that's not Turtle's fault. No, that's not Turtle's fault.
Why is he running through a Molotov?
Why is he running into and standing in a Molotov and then double digging with a P250? There's no way those shots should hit. It should be the round done and dusted. In fact, they lose 2. Insani and Turtle both dispatched. I was scratching my head about the banana push, sure. That had utility behind it, but losing 2 towards A instead in the most unfortunate of circumstances. That play in the apartment, that P250 double dink, is crazy. That was unreal.
Yeah, that's one of those things you're playing a pug and that just happens. You're just like, all right, kids on crack.
That's a shake my desk to the point of knocking stuff off of it kind of deal.
Yeah, that's tilting. Because it's not like a smoke push or anything. Yeah, smokes aren't walls. Nobody in their right mind should be unarmored, swinging, standing in a Molotov, and double dinking.
Like 20 HP at the end. Like no HP.
No, it was like 12.
It was crazy. There's no way that should happen. Either way, he does secure a kill, and that's what's most important for those kinds of rounds. It was a near complete save. They got 2 kills. That's probably the best they could have asked for, and there will be no nonsense, more of the same for the T side. They have rifles in hand, and again, a mixed bag of results, 2 for 2. Penny now, he's been isolated towards the front side at least once before, and he has done well to survive, but not this time around. He'll get a tag, but not the bag. Burnson will trade to keep it honest. Fokiu, though, is attempting the plant in there. Were they walking through it? No. Burnson thinks better of it. Bomb will go to dirt, and stormzyn. It's a good spot to catch Burnson, potentially. Depends on the smokes, depends on the client side. Oh, no. Timing couldn't be worse. Fokiu drops exit. And Burnson has to betray his position to get the trade. 1 versus 1. Smoke down on site. Very well thrown. stormzyn knows playing around it. Burnson has to know this is a possibility. Does he try to jump up? If he does, he might just fall. He's right below him. Oh, this is so awkward. stormzyn looking the right way. And yes, he is. He turns around and finds the kill. Burnson can't find the headshot. And that was the most awkward of clutch situations. But W7M Academy do pull it out. And they do bring this one back to within 1 round.
Yeah, that was one of the most awkward fights I've seen in a while. That was Burnson's own smoke.
Yeah.
Which gave stormzyn everything he needed to play around. That's a bit unlucky for Burnson, and for MIBR, they just get knocked right back down. This buy is abysmal. Triple MP9's a scout, a run down middle, a team kill on a mop-up operation. The kill feed flooded with blue on the wrong side of it all. And MIBR wiped away. Just the broom was got out, and W7M swept them all into the dustpan. Insani, the last man standing out towards B. He's been tagged a little bit. The op might be taking the shot through. But either way, Insani's not going to be able to impact this round at all. Nothing. Flawless for W7M Academy. And this sets them up for a chance at victory in the first half on the T side of Inferno. We'll see how the T side from MIBR does come into this half number 2, because my mind, Nate, is hearkening back to something we said in the pre-show about taking control of the game early and potentially starting on the T side, despite that being a little bit of a weird choice for MIBR.
This has been awkward. At this point, W7M Academy are more than poised, in fact, advantaged to take the lead at the end of the first half. And that would end in them entering their favorable side of the map, the CT side of Inferno. That does not bode well for Made in Brazil. But we know how explosive they can be. I was here now, W7M Academy not only punching above their weight class, but exceeding even the loftiest expectations we had set for them. Again, we'd kind of written them off in the pre-show. We talked about it being a 2-0 cleanly in favor of Made in Brazil. And off the record, we also said it would be a rather clean one.
Yeah.
Thus far, it's been anything but 4, then 4, and then back and forth scrappy. And in the end, it's W7M Academy to balance things out and to gain control at the end of it.
MIBR played too aggressive too many times, got burned for it, and we're never able to... What is that peak?
Awkward.
Stuff like that has cost MIBR so many picks, so many advantages in this game. It's these little details that MIBR are just playing lax. They're not really... They don't look too focused, Nate. They're making a lot of little errors. And W7M are like, all right, cool. You want to peek me like that? All right, I'm going to molly swing with the P250 and double dink you. And then when the guns come back out, I'm just going to go kill you anyways. The confidence is building for W7M Academy. The composure is building for them as well. And this is exactly where underdogs become their most dangerous. This is exactly the situation which W7M Academy want and need a lead into half number 2 on map number 1. Stick around, folks. We'll be right back after this short break.
So you say you got a new one. I know that you're trying to believe that you can fake a whole scenario just to make me jealous. Your shadow keeps talking, and we should stop talking. But we got that special something. Say it like you mean it, I won't fake it and believe it when I see it. But for now, I just be breathing, doing nothing. I won't give in if you won't make a move right now. Oh, why do we go 360? You're hesitating, now it's busy. You know we always can go easy. Won't you let me know? Why do we go 360? You're hesitating, now it's busy. You know we always can go easy. You should let me know. Oh, I will be clear now. Patience is really not my key, but if you play your cards right, I might just think about it twice. Yeah.
W7M Academy surprising us by every metric into the second half with the lead on the favorable side of Inferno. No less. I'm Pineapple Phillips, joined by Boggs, and This one has already delivered on all counts. W7M should be comfortable, should be happy. All things considered, 8-7 ahead, and this thing set up aggression down banana. A little bit delayed as well. JZ1 walking up. There's a player down towards the bottom of ramp with the bomb Henny. Also a player towards the bottom of middle trying to hold. Burnson is the one to find the opening around. Fokiu dropped towards brackets. That is the only A defender. Now W7M have to file in and to right into the firing squad. Henny finds stormzyn. Z dropped by Insani. JZ1 around the smoke finds three in response. He ties it up. There's no way he should be fighting three from that angle. He will be double dinked, taken out of the round by Turtle. But this is suddenly doable for the kit wielder stormzyn in the 1 versus 2.
stormzyn Turtle caught with nothing in his hands but a knife again. Manages this time to get his Glock out and ready to go. That's another situation in which an MIBR player has been caught with their proverbial pants down. It seems like that's the 5th or 6th time that's happened this game, Nate. Somebody
a lot.
peeking an angle with a nade out or a knife out just in the middle of nowhere. That can't be happening.
I think that was an extenuating circumstance, to be fair. But I do agree, it's happened more often than it should in this one. Henny heading one. Sonny a second. stormzyn with the MP9 does find a single kill, but that's all he'll find, and that's definitely not enough for W7M Academy in a round like this. This is an investment. This is a force buy from the CT side, and they've only got 1 kill to show for it. 1 versus 4 for Zed, and at this point he's more inclined to save rather than attempt to retake. Bring that Kevlar, bring that P250 into the following. He's a little bit audacious. He might find a gun on the ground towards middle. As it stands, it's probably just the P250 coming into the following. Made in Brazil, they sweep the early goings in both halves. They won the first 4 rounds in half number 1, and they are setting up strongly at the start of half number 2. Both pistol rounds going their way, but even then, W7M Academy have had very good reads, and if those can carry over to the CT side of Inferno, they might be able to shut out MIBR on map number 1.
Oh. They have to deal with the guns pretty soon. Not next round, but the following. They'll have to deal with the rifles, the M4s, the ops, the utility. And that's where things start to get a little dangerous again. We'll see. It's definitely what you would call not ideal from 7 a.m. 7WM, W7Ms, excuse me. I keep thinking they're 7 a.m. We've casted a couple seasons of 7 a.m. in North American ECL, so this one's getting to me a little bit here. But W7M, they had the lead into the half. They had such a good play from JZ. They just couldn't convert it in the end. And now MIBR have momentum again. There's probably a little bit of doubt in the W7M camp. And double digits should, and I say should, be converted for MIBR here in this round. Now, they're walking into a stack, so anything is possible. There's multiple different parallel universes where W7M win this round. Birds in! Turtle saves him. stormzyn JZ picking up a pair. And Turtle's just felled out by fokiu. P250 swings. That's expensive, costly, and quite honestly just bizarre round for MIBR. They're able to escape with the lead. They're able to escape with the round. This has been a weird game, though, overall, as a whole. This game is just full of these odd, awkward fights.
It was scrappy. It was awkward. W7M Academy, I like their setup. Stacking not in the traditional sense. Instead, it's towards CT. I don't know if they're expecting that CT wrap, but it definitely worked out in their favor. Again, 3 kills, as you mentioned, is a lot to find with those bare bones investments, and now they have rifles across the board. Both teams do, in fact. In Brazil, of course, reinvesting on the 3 fallen players, and W7M Academy saving to get this buy on the board. There is an op for stormzyn, but there is no kit for the CT side. They have to win this cleanly, and they have to win it without allowing a bomb plant. Made in Brazil. Rather quick default into a B stack, probably B hit, if I had to guess. Mid-round utility will be thrown by W7M Academy. Sure, that feigns presence, but in Brazil are ahead of it. Molotov will try to stymie and allow for rotation, but in Brazil, what is the call? The call is a back down instead. Still a minute left in the round. Still plenty of time for the T side to find a hole in the defense.
There is a good amount of time. But actually, is W7M continue to hold 3 towards be aggressive on Banana? The opportunities arise more and more for MIBR if they move, if they go. Now they have to go. Utility flying in, flashes going out. The lineup, the spray so well placed by stormzyn. JZ spotted behind tall box, finished off by Henny. They still have to know there's the man in the pit, and Zed comes in from the flank. Spots out one, stops the first. Turtle caught on the trade. And W7M Academy, with the guns in their hands, shut down whatever MIBR had planned there. The A rotation just did not work. The timing was well played by W7M, a good aggression down Banana. And MIBR, the questions are back in my mind as to what the game plan is here right now. And what exactly they want to do in a lot of these rounds. They almost had some awkward situations, again, getting caught with utility in hand. Ooh, nifty little run boost into alt mid peak for soutzyn. Was he going to go for the stairs peak? Yeah, he's going all the way down.
Oh my. No one's
I
here.
love this.
I love it too. He does have support. Okay. That was my biggest question. Is stormzyn here? He is. He's holding this balcony push, which is exactly right. Turtle is here throwing the Molotov for porch. I like this setup for the CT side. It could definitely net at least one. They're going to fall away right as brackets is taken. Aggression from Made in Brazil. They have invested. It's scrappy. They have a Mac 10 on burns in and not a lot of utility. They are going to go through the arches. An interesting call. JZ1 gets away, hops away towards the library. And Sonny will be the one to behead him. Good opening for Made in Brazil. But this is now an awkward mid-round. W7M, they're paranoid about the B-Rap. They're also worried and cowering in the corner of a double stack towards pit. This is where things get very, very odd at the mid-round stage.
Yeah, they do have that man advantage, though, so they can work with it. They do have some CT control. Veggie Wrap, a very reasonable possibility. They could just swarm onto site from all angles. Swarm onto A, I should say. Or they could make a rotation, one CT, one through mid, or Banana, and go back towards B. They have so many options. There's almost a paralysis by too many decisions available. There's a nice shot from soutzyn, though, and Sani cannot get out of library. Turtle trying to clear up lane, will clear the site, but soutzyn grabs a second before going down. That levels things up to a 3v3 as Henny trades. Fokiu falls to exit, though. Zed is here, and Zed is something to fear. Bomb has been planted. Henny, that's nice little tap on the stormzyn. Zed. He's holding. He's praying. Oh, he falls off. Right timing. Gets a dink. There's two here, but he's playing around the boxes marvelously. Time against him, though, and Henny. Another tap. That's 3 on the round. Might not be the op for Henny, but he definitely gets it done with a rifle. That's something we noticed the last time we saw him at BR2. Henny had a lot more prolific rifle plays than he did with the op. And Henny's actually top of the scoreboard for Made in Brazil.
My,
no surprise. But I didn't know it was that big of a gulf.
No, it wasn't. I think at the end of the first half, he was kind of with the pack. It felt like at a certain point, 8-7, 10-9, not even 10-9, but like early on in the second half, everybody on both teams was doing lifting. No one was a shining star, but Henny has skyrocketed to the top, 21-8 with the AK, 2 one-taps there. I think the op is the AK is far more welcome on the T side of Inferno, far more comfortable for him as well. And I'm hoping he continues. I hope he does not get tempted by an op dropped on the ground by soutzyn, for example. I hope he sticks true to the rifle because he's had far more success already with an AK in hand.
It wouldn't be a bad idea to go for an op, say in a post-plant situation, if it's free and on the ground. But to actively go for it, I see exactly what you're going for, Nate, and I agree.
To bring him to the following is just foolhardy. At this point, It's working. 11-9. It feels like Made in Brazil have been in control of these rounds as well, despite W7M's interesting setups. It feels like Made in Brazil are turning a corner. So they can keep the pressure on. If Henny can keep hitting the shots, then I think there is a light at the end of the tunnel for the favored team.
Looks like a B hit here for MIBR. Utility starting to go through. Smokes and flashes. Foku up on first oranges. Shut down after doing a lot of damage. Knife out again! Yes, probably gonna die, but it's just the principle here. Zed with 2. JZ with 2 from Flower Pots. Insani, the last man alive against the Pistols in a winnable 1v3, although time is not on his side. His team being obliterated by a broken, meager buy. It's a save round, an eco boost up, and Insani with nothing to do to try and salvage. JZ with a headshot, and W7M Academy, an emphatic response. MIBR, where is your timeout? What is your call? You have not used one yet besides the technical pause used earlier with that match medic. Right now, I don't care if you have no money. Call a timeout and fix what is going on. This is beyond uncharacteristic. This is the Twilight Zone.
This is a mud wrestling tournament at this point, I think is the best way to put it. They're down in the dumps. They're down in the dirt. It's getting scrappy. It's getting ugly. And right when I thought they were emerging from the muck as the victors, W7M Academy dragged them right back in, pull on their heels, and Made in Brazil slip right back down into it. And now it's Made in Brazil's turn on the scrappy investment. It's Pistols. 4 Deagles and a Tech 9. We've seen their aim. We've seen the one-taps with the rifles. I'm sure we can see the same with the pistols. But Made in Brazil need luck on their side for such a victory on Inferno. And last round was a lot of just dilly-dallying towards bottom banana. That's what it was. Setting up utility and just biding your time against pistols that had no utility to back them up. That was the call for Made in Brazil in the round prior, and it really did not work out. Has to be different this time around. A minute left, thereabouts. And they are going for another B play. The question is, will they wait so long this time around?
They shouldn't wait. They're on pistols. They should be moving. They should be going, but I don't know, Nate. This has been a very confusing eventuality. There's a molly kill for Fokiu. This should be a cleanup round for W7M. Although the bomb actually might go down, and Saudi with the spam actually sees a gap onto Zed and gets the kill. Fokiu coming through. JZ clearing out. The spray won't touch Henny, who will get the bomb down and exit. Domes one out towards Banana. Caught trying to retrieve the rifle, though, but Turtle will not be deterred. Holding up towards New Box. Henny swings. Tech 9 wins it. Rifle upgrade. stormzyn. There should be kits somewhere along the ground. There has to be. Because there's so much money available for W7M. If there's not, that's a major oversight. No mistake. There's one right in front of him, too, as a matter of fact. What a flick on a Turtle! Time, though, not his ally. Henny has to peek. stormzyn's holding. Defuse. Ninja. Pros don't.
Got off.
Wait. What?
Got off at the worst time possible. Now Henny's going to peek, and stormzyn just trying to stick. No, you stick on the first, not the second. Henny. Sure, he falls with the bomb, but it's been save round against save round, win after win. Made in Brazil re-extend their lead to 2. But these rounds have just gone awry, exceeded every expectation. W7M Academy winning with pistols on a stack. Made in Brazil now winning with the pistols by virtue of a mistake from W7M Academy. These rounds, they have not been pretty.
Surely thought that he had the defuse and popped off of it because of that, right? Right? There's no way that was a fake.
No, there's no shadow. There was nothing to make him even think about it. There should have been no reason at that point to be faking it.
There's no way. That was like a half second, if that, from a defuse.
I thought it was under wraps. I thought it was done.
I thought it was over too. I'm like, yep. There's the
just
ninja.
ended. Yeah,
as I said it, and then he pops off. What in tarnation?
These runs have been ugly.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it.
Hideous.
This is
something you want to wipe your mind of afterwards. This has been not good Counter-Strike. This has been mistake after mistake. Running in a stack, losing a free round that you were sticking the bomb on. Like
where's his help? Where's his help? He's got to get help. Turtle's just not going to clear the left side. Oh my gosh, Nate, what is happening?
Is it the pistols again?
It's the pistols again.
Burns
one
in.
Saved rifle. Or picked up. They had one M4. They used that M4 towards balcony. Hero rifle. That got 1.5 kills. And we're at a 3v3. And Burnson is at half kill.
soutzyn does have a rifle as well. The M4 is recoverable for a teammate. The bomb is down in apartments. The bomb is down in apartments. It went alone.
They have the bomb. He went upstairs alone, didn't clear the angle, did not clear left, didn't clear the cubby where you could see somebody.
3 kill on the Burnson. Yep,
oh
there
my
you go.
Gosh.
Free one, spots to the second, dinks down exit. Oh no. Oh no. It's exit and Henny. There's nothing else you can say. Exit will find one. Can they recover the round though? 40 seconds left. There's no chance, right? Yep, another corner that goes unchecked. This time for Z. He'll grab an AK, he'll get out. Advantage secured 2 versus 1. Henny. Talked about him being the front runner for Made in Brazil on the rifle, but a 1 versus 2 with both players stacked up in the apartments. There's no way. He might find the corners. Good shot. Oh, tries the second. Doesn't find the right angle, but he's playing it right. soutzyn, though. A nice wide swing on the timing. A bit of BM as well for the psychological warfare.
Expected, deserved.
The rounds in themselves have been psychological warfare at this point. This has been terrible.
This is psychological warfare against us and everybody watching.
It's been 3 eco round victories in a row.
What is happening? And it's going to be a force up here for MIBR because they're on double eco.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Which means another eco victory, which means 4 in a row. We kind of entered this teeter-totter phase in half number 1 at the end. You remember back and forth? But it was never this bad. It was never this scrappy. It was never this ugly. And yet it continues. It persists into half number 2, this time with just pistols.
I'm about to go on a Stephen A. Smith arc here.
Oh my goodness. At this point, it feels just preordained. It feels fated that Made in Brazil win this because it's just been an eco-round fiasco of a game.
Honestly, MIBR do not deserve to win this game with all the mistakes that they have made.
Agreed.
If they come away with the victory.
It's been bad.
Yeah. And then now aggression against pistols. This is how you give an opposition team a free gun.
It's W7M Academy, to be fair. But you at least have support.
But there's no reason to get aggressive against the pistols like that, because if you get overrun, you're done. There's a gun donated. There's
what a shot.
There's 2. That's B. That's bomb.
There's no way we see another
works,
pistol round, right? There's no way we see another pistol round victory for Made in Brazil this time. Utility for W7M Academy is good to stymie the take, to stall the plant. But they have rotated up well. JZ1 soutzyn playing together. Player top orange is taken down. Henny, the heavy hitter, dropped Turtle though with the rifle can line up 2. 1 and 2 tagged but not bagged. Neither kill secured, and exit dinks down the final. A combined 34 HP for the 3 remaining defenders, but they pull it out. They do tie it up. W7M Academy are again the team to stabilize. They are again the ones to take the reins at the end of the scrappy back and forth. The question is, will that be enough for them to get across the line? We still have 4 rounds separating either team from victory on map 1.
Oh boy. This is a game of Counter-Strike Global Offensive in the year of our Lord 2023.
We make the joke often, this is one of the Counter-Strike games of all time. This is not the one. This is the Counter-Strike game of all time. The only Counter-Strike game.
My brain is broken at this point.
Between all of the acronyms that we've had to spit out back and forth between the names and the team names, which already kind of frazzles you up as a caster, and of course just the eco round pandemonium and chaos, like this whole game has gone haywire for me at this point.
Yeah, this is... Now, if MIBR managed to win a Glock round, I think that's where we just pull the plug.
Might as well. It should be the easiest game of the whole tournament. This is the number 1 seed versus the number 4 seed. And it's ending like this.
Yeah.
4 Glocks make that 3. Should be easy. soutzyn on only attack 9. Does get 1.
Thank you.
There we go. Finally a clean round. And W7M Academy. taking it away, taking the lead once. This is exactly like the end of the first half.
Yep.
We were left at a loss for Made in Brazil, and W7M Academy stabilized and took away the lead, except this is a far more impactful moment. This is them taking the lead at the dying embers of map number 1, their own map pick, 13-12. And if they win this round, if they prevent the bomb plant from coming through as well, 15 is all but guaranteed.
And that would be major upset time for W7M Academy. MIBR only have themselves to blame regardless of the result of this map. They have a lot to fix. And yes, MIBR can be slow starters in tournaments. They can be slow starters when it comes to double elimination brackets as well. They've done it before in ECL playoffs. If they have some sort of wiggle room, sometimes MIBR will take their feet off the gas and kind of just, I don't know what they do, but they just don't seem to be at their best.
Find a way to lose it. What you're trying to say.
Yeah.
They find a way to lose it.
This is one of the worst I've ever seen MIBR play, though. This is probably the worst I have ever seen Made in Brazil play in
100%.
any iteration of their lineups in Go.
This is a very, very bad moment. And again, this was the one that we said was going to be a cakewalk. Honestly, coming into it, I wouldn't have said W7M get 13 rounds in the whole series.
I could have seen 10, 11 rounds out of one map. They got it last time they played, but
I could have seen that, sure, but you know, I'm saying like this is not a game that should be like this.
no.
Made in Brazil, sure, somewhat stabilizing, securing an advantage on the B take, 3 versus 4, but they're all tagged quite low and they don't have any stall utility left. One Molotov is all they have on the belts. They might be lucky. Their saving grace is the fact that Inferno is a save simulator. And so W7M Academy aren't going to attempt it. This was a feasible one for them to win, but they're going to cut ties. Their economy, it's pretty good. They'll be able to buy the following if they lose all 5 players, but they definitely want to save the op and the rifles as well to really ensure that they can get all the bells and whistles out in round number 27.
Yeah, I mean, the last time these two teams met, which was the 15th of April, it was 16-11 Anubis, 16-6 Inferno in favor of Made in Brazil.
2-0.
Yep, that's the only time these two teams have played. It's 13-all. And again, it's the mistakes made by Made in Brazil that have even left it to this point. It happened in the first half. It's happened throughout the course of this second half. This game has devolved into... I can't even call it a bare-knuckle street fight, because at least there's some structure to that. I don't know what the proper word or explanation is for this.
Train wreck.
No, there's still physical, like, physics dictating how the wreck will end up.
That's how it always is, though. It's not a train wreck in space. It's a train wreck in the world. Well, I guess that's what you're saying. Train wreck in space, I guess, is what you're thinking this is. There's no method to the madness.
There's no method to the madness.
Okay.
It just is.
Okay. It's a primordial force.
It's as my grandma would say, a cataplasma.
Okay. Slow one, though. Very different from what we're used to seeing. Made in Brazil getting control of banana for more or less free. A player tucked in the far cubby by sandbags. Who would it be? Stormzyn is the answer, of course. This is CT and his T-side stomping grounds. Made in Brazil now will begin to group W7M Academy, though. I praise them for their correct reads. This round is no different. They have stacked towards B, and at not a moment too soon. The ops want to walk into the smoke. Sadzine, heard by the Molotov. Take it down. That's a big one. Double stack towards the firebox. Does secure one, but they need a heck of a lot more. Tag on a Turtle. Turtle finds one. Henny the second. Both kills going unanswered. And that should be the round done and dusted. Made in Brazil should secure 2 in a row. They'll lose one player lurking towards A. That was Insani. But the round is abandoned by W7M Academy. JZ1 and stormzyn going to save their rifles for the following. The up is irrecoverable. And the economy this time for W7M Academy is in dire straits. Next to no money left for fokiu. Sadzine also in a dire situation at 1200. Zeed might be able to buy, albeit lacking utility. But finally, we're beginning to see some structure return. We see multiple rounds in a row being won. We see good duels being taken by Made in Brazil towards Banana to open up the site. But still not the sophistication, not the confidence, and not the standard Made in Brazil we are accustomed to see.
Not at all, Nate. It's a far cry from anything we'd normally expect to see from them. And that round, they did get the job done. It was pretty brutal brute force, just primordial Stone Age beatdown. They have to find a way to get back to their usual post-industrial revolution selves. Like, they're a modern age team. They're usually a lot smoother, a well-oiled machine, some flair, some flashiness, but pretty well structured. It's like we're playing Civilization and they're stuck with warriors. They haven't even unlocked slingers yet.
It is.
If it works, it works, but they need to change things up for map 2 and for the future of this tournament.
Yeah, keep in mind.
And they're still not out of the woods.
Yeah. How many teams make it through? Is it only one? It's only one. Just like every single close qualifier. I figured it would be such, but you know, you have to go check and make sure.
I think EU gets more than one.
They might, yeah. One of the few we don't cover. But again, this is the easiest fight for them. There's over 100 ranking spots separating these two teams according to HLTV. That's like 110. So things are only going to get more difficult. stormzyn starts things off well for W7M Academy. He does have the op back in hand. Someone must have dropped it over. Burnson does find inroads elsewhere, however. Dropping one, dropping two towards Banana. Two of this three-player stack has been dismantled. And they're going for a B split. If Zed goes overlooked, he could unseat the round. They don't expect the third. At least it doesn't appear like they do. This is a very good setup for both teams. Made in Brazil, a very heads-up call to wrap towards B. Zed, a very heads-up call to tuck into the corner here. This could go either direction. It's a coin flip.
It all depends on if Zed can get a kill or two out of this. Burnson so low. Turtle spots the gun barrel. That's the round, surely. Smoke goes very deep. Molotov will go through, but just before it blooms, stormzyn gets a glimpse. And Turtle becomes soup. The bomb will go down. But stormzyn and stormzyn have to save. They have to save these guns. This is now DEFCON 1 for W7M. They had their chances. They had their opportunities. They only have one more chance left in this map, potentially. They have to convert it now, or in the next round. They won't have a chance in this one.
Feels like order has been restored for Made in Brazil. Although every time I say that a team has stabilized, etc., it goes back into the soup, the primordial soup that is chaos. So I'm going to say it again for the sake of content. They've stabilized. That's 2 rounds in a row. That was kind of the expected take I would want to see. 2 players falling, but overall, nothing crazy. And of course, NA Save Simulator. What would you expect? It's Inferno. Save Simulator has made its way over to South America as well. 15-13, that's 2 rounds in a row. Snatching away the lead and snatching away map point on their opponent's map pick of Inferno. It wasn't pretty. It was quite ugly, in fact. But they do get to the finish line. The question is, can they cross the threshold to map number 2? That is Anubis, as we talked about. And speaking of a map that requires a lot of nuance in setup and strategy, I don't know what we have waiting for us in that second map.
Will we get to our second map? Because this one's still not over, Nate. This one's still not done.
Never know.
Oh, well, there's the opening pick going the way of W7M. stormzyn with a good peek down Banana. Gets away with that one. No punishment at all. No refrag. No, not even a tag. Just clean early opening. And now MIBR kind of waffling around, wondering what they're going to do. Swimming about in the primordial ooze. And stormzyn's posted for another one. Good little angle with the op. This is prime for a second kill, and he's got support on site. Zed's got a flash for him to get out of there. Smoke will go over, so maybe stormzyn won't come into factor. He pushes around it, though. Nice on the edge of that smoke. stormzyn really coming alive here in the later stages.
Big double to find, and keep in mind his opening was onto Henny, the heavy hitter. Shining star for Made in Brazil. Second on to Turtle, who's had a decent showing in the second half. The 3 versus 4 now secured the op of stormzyn spamming. He might even find a third. Nope, doesn't quite secure it. In the meanwhile, Burnson drops fokiu. It's tit for tat, 3 versus 3. As the rotations come through and the bomb has been planted as well. The issue is there's no one on the back of site to defend, and JZ1 does find one. True to his name, Exit trades it back, even an op 2 versus 2. And Exit finds one. stormzyn, the last on the op, can't secure it. Exit, a big 3K in the end to get Made in Brazil across the line. Again, it was not pretty. It was not succinct. It was not convincing. But hey, a victory is a victory. It goes the way we expected, Made in Brazil taking it 16-13. But that map was